All right, it's chip of the day. Today we have an HMC189a. This is a very strange part. It's a gallium arsenide mimic, surface mount, passive frequency doubler. Passive, what does it mean to be passive? Well, if you look at the pin out of the part, there is a ground pin, but there's no VCC pin. This thing operates with no VCC. You just put an input and it generates an output. So whatever power it needs, it gets from its input, from its RF input. So it is a doubler. So if you input 2 megahertz, it outputs 4 megahertz. If you input 4 megahertz, it outputs 8 megahertz. It just doubles it. Conversion loss 13 dB. Of course, you're going to lose some in that process, this conversion. You do need to drive it with a pretty healthy signal to make it work. So you need to drive it at least plus 10 dBm. All right. And I think we've said this stuff before. 2.5 to 3, well, yeah, so at plus 10 dBm, you can go 2.5 to 3.5. It outputs 5 to 7. At plus 15 dBm, then you can go from 2 to 4, and it outputs 4 to 8. Okay. So what does this chip look like? Well, look like this. It's a tiny little part right there. And yeah, there's no nothings on it. So if you go to AliExpress, you can find these things. And when you order it, make sure you order the right one. There's different versions. There's the 87, the 88, 89, and the 204. And they cover different frequency bands. This one is the 2 to 4 frequency band. The 88 is a little bit shorter, and the 187 is a little bit shorter, and the 204 is a little bit longer. So you need to figure out which one you want. We're going to do the 189. I thought that would be a good thing. Because the biggest thing I can output right now, well, with a good instrument, is 2 gigahertz, and this will double it to 4 gigahertz. All right? So then I need a piece of test equipment that can see it. And I looked around the room, and I don't got much. So we're going to have to use a AT-Tiny in ultra mode. Not the greatest thing, but it'll get the point across. We're going to sweep from 1 gigahertz to 8 gigahertz, and let's see. Let's go ahead and hook it up because I'm going to be having a big drive level. I'm going to put a protection. I'm going to put a 10 dB pad on the input because I'm going to have plus 10 dBm of input signal. So let's go over and turn on a generator. Okay, I'm going to be using my Agilent 8648B, 2 gigahertz, plus 10 dBm. I will turn the RF. See RF on. So we have RF on now. So let's take a look. All right, so you can see there's a bunch of spurs and stuff in the ultra mode, but we will attach our test cable, which has our 2 gigahertz signal, and the sweep is very, very slow. Oops, very, very slow on this thing. It's coming around now, and oh, there it is. You see that big spike there? All right. So we're spiking up around plus 5. No. Let's see here. It's at minus 5, and then you have to add 10. So it's gone up a little bit. So we're at about plus 10 dBm. All right. So we're right at the top, which is 0 dBm, but we have a 10 dB attenuator, so we're up high. All right. Okay. So then let's take off the pad, put on the doubler. All right, so I have the doubler here, and now we will run the signal in. Wait for it to come around. There we go. We get some leakage, the 2 gigahertz, and boom, we have a 4 gigahertz signal there, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So our 2 gigahertz is down to about minus 18, and taking into account the 10 dB pad. Oh, this doesn't have a 10 dB pad. Okay, so our we're down here around minus 28 dBm, and our 2 gigahertz signal, the double gigahertz signal, is at minus 20. So we started at plus 10, and now we're at minus 20. That's a 30 dB loss. Yeah, that's bigger than a 13. So I don't know quite why it's so low. But anyway, it does double. It does do what it says it's supposed to do. So we've created 4 gigahertz from 2 gigahertz. That's pretty cool. Now, the datasheet did say I needed to be at least plus 15 in order to do this. So let me look at my generator. My generator does go to plus 15. I didn't think it did. Okay, so the generator does go to plus 15. And let's see how we do now. All right, let's do a fresh sweep. There's our 2 gigahertz at minus 30. And boom, there is our other 4 gigahertz is now at minus 10. minus 10. So it's still 25 dB down, right? We started at plus 15, now we're at minus 10. So it's down minus 25 dB. But it is doing what it's supposed to do. All right. Well, maybe I was interpreting things wrong, that minus 13. So here, this shows conversion loss. Oh, that's conversion loss. Yeah, see? Conversion loss at a plus 13 dBm drive level. It says the loss is only minus 12. And I was getting a lot more loss than that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not measuring it correct. But or maybe the part's a junk part from... They don't make these things any longer, so who knows where this came from. All right, well, that was an interesting chip of the day, an HMC189.